Shalom, give it all praise to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shah, by Shem Kakadash. The honor to the apostles and the elders of the well and peace and many. Salutations to Yahweh in this Torah and this truth. Now, this is according to the nationalnews.com. And it states how Yemen's Houthis coordinated Tel Aviv strike with regional allies. And I thought that this was big news because this is, the Houthis, which are in Yemen, attacking Israel, and as a retaliation, um, you have Israel attacking Yemen. And, if you look at a map, which I'm going to show you guys right now, right here, Yemen is right by the Red Sea. See, the Red Sea is right here. Okay. You have Saudi Arabia up here, which is a big player, which really hasn't been getting involved. I think secretly they have, but they've been denying a lot of things. They have businesses with BRICS um, and the U.S. So that's a key player right there. But take a look over here. Okay, so this is Yemen right here. Okay, this is Yemen right here, and this is Israel. Okay, and there's been several attacks at these ports in these areas. Um, in this area here to blockade shipments going into Israel. Okay. All right. So what's going on here is the Houthi, which is really funded by Iran and situated in Yemen, attacked Israel here, and they've been continuously having skirmishes in the Red Sea. Okay. This region right here. All right. And now this is big because the Houthi have directly attacked Israel. Okay. They were just attacking, I should say, freights or ports that were rooted to Israel. Okay, so things are heating up. They're starting to become, countries, attacking one another. More countries attacking one another, man. All right, all right. So back to it. It says how Yemen's Houthis coordinated Tel Aviv strike with regional allies. It says funerals were held in Dieda on Monday, and residents rushed to buy groceries amid fears of food shortages and more Israel strikes on Yemen after the Houthis attacked Tel Aviv. Right? It says Yemen's crucial western city remains in shock, as does Israel. Friday, Houthis attack was the longest range strike in the conflict so far. And you remember the map we just looked at. It says an Israeli assessment was that the drone traveled 2,600 kilometers to its target. Israel retaliated by targeting the port of Hodiada, Hadiada, Hadiada, the main entry point for aid to Yemen. It was one of its longest aerial missions to date, a 36-kilometer round trip with an unknown amount of time spent over Yemen, the impoverished country ravaged by a decade-long civil war. The rebels' drone that hit Tel Aviv marked an unprecedented attack on Israel. It struck a diplomatic neighborhood housing the U.S. Embassy, killing one and injuring several. While experts initially deemed it as lucky, strikes among many that failed to reach their target, sources revealed on Monday that the attack was calculated and coordinated with regional allies. Much like Hezbollah in Lebanon and other armed groups in Syria and Iraq, the Houthis are part of the Axis of Resistance, an anti-Israel political and military uh, uh, coalition in the Middle East, led by Tehran, which is Israel. So you have these various um, proxy armies that are funded by Israel. Okay, excuse me. It's funded by Iran. Excuse me. Tehran is Iran. So they're being funded by Iran, and it's very likely that this war is going to include Iran in the near future, which is going to include bigger players. Okay, so things are definitely heating up. Let me grab a scripture real quick. Now, this is Joel 3:9. Prepare ye this, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Uh, Prepare war, wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of Israel draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshare into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And this is what we see going on with Yemen. Okay. In particular with, you know, um, with the Houthi, you know, they are saying that they are strong with the various allies that they have with one another, the actual resistance, you know, and they're willing to put themselves out there and, in these skirmishes to show that they are willing to come up against, Esau Edom in his rulership, okay? And they're causing a stir. And this stir is going to cause a bigger skirmish. And a bigger skirmish is going to lead to World War III. This is why we are so adamant about, keeping up with the times that we are living in. We're living in some very serious times, and this is prophecy. This is something that you're not going to get from vocab alone. Neither you're not going to get from this guy, Deacon Hakar, and the other guy, Hassad. Okay, it's a lot of game playing, nitpicking. Okay, serious times are coming. It's about to come very quickly, very quickly. Within the next 4 months, the climate of America, the climate of the world could look drastically different. Okay, so this is why we are occupied in prophecy. Let me finish this, but let me grab this real quick first, because this is important, man. We got to stay focused on what's important. What's important is this prophecy. All the other stuff is meaningless. Prophecy is going to get us up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And of course, govern ourselves a certain way. But understanding prophecy should put fear into your heart and galvanize you to move a certain way. Okay? Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Okay? This is why keeping up with what's going on is so important, because things are about to ramp up very quickly, I count. And you got wealth out there. It's time to pay attention to what's going on. Everybody want to play these games, man. And soon we ain't be able to play games. Okay? Back to the scriptures, though. Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right? And this is going to commence World War III, I count. What we're seeing before us is very plausible. All right. So big things are happening on the planet Earth. Okay. Big things are happening on the planet Earth. I want to get back to this article, read a little bit more, and that'll be it. Back to it. It says the rebels' drone that hit Tel Aviv marked an unprecedented attack on Israel. It struck a diplomatic neighborhood housing the U.S. embassy, killing one and injuring several. While experts initially deemed it a lucky strike, among many that failed to reach the target, sources revealed on Monday that the attack was calculated and coordinated with regional allies. Remember what we just read in Joel, the third chapter. Much like Hezbollah in Lebanon and other armed groups in Syria and Iraq. See, and these countries were destabilized by who? By the U.S. So naturally, these people are going against the hegemony of ultimately Esau, Edom, man. Because look what they've done to these individual countries. Which Iraq was there at the time of Bush, and Syria was there at the time of Obama. Obama destroyed Syria, dilapidated that place. Okay, the Houthis are part of the axis of resistance and anti-Israel political and military coalition in the Middle East, led by Tehran. Since the war in Gaza started in October, the axis was operated through a daily coordination of process and under joint command, mainly focused on picking up targets and the timing of attacks against Israel in support of Hamas in the Palestinian territory. Several fronts have risen to support Gaza. The coordination is a strength factor at these fronts, complement each other to pressure Israel to stop its aggression and lift its siege on Gaza, a Yemeni source told the National. See this? So they have several positions. This actual position has several positions in which they had these proxy armies attacking Israel to pressure them to stop the war. But as you can see, Israel is marching forward not only on Gaza, but it's accommodating more enemies. Okay, which this war is far from over. It's not going nowhere. Okay, and and then yet Nahu, yet not a Jew. He's marching on. And one reason why is he's going to be brought up on war charges. So he's marching forward and trying to complete, the mission of spreading, Israel, on the left hand side, man. Okay, all right, that synagogue of Satan, which we'll get right now. Revelation 2:9, I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them that which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Now for edification, this is actually talking about Israelites. Okay. Talking about wicked Israelites, those are the Sadducees and Pharisees, you know. But in fact, um, you know, now we use that as a way to diagnose the wicked in this day and age, because who's calling himself, the true house of Israel? And look at the deeds. Look at how they have gotten into that land. It was by the left hand. It wasn't of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, you know. And even people like Vocab alone has to profess that, because he says that he's agnostic whether or not, biblically speaking, the people in the land should be there. Jerk. Okay? And the reason why he knows is on the left hand side. Okay, so this is the synagogue of Satan that's destroying and killing people, right? And setting up their own nation. Because really, the nation of Israel is not to be established until who returns? Yahweh Shai. Okay? What we're saying is not so far-fetched. There's actually, so-called Jews that agree with us. Okay? More on the, what's that, Orthodox side, the very conservative ones. That actually try to abide by the law. Okay? So, saying all that to say, these guys aren't the people of the land, and they're going to cause what? They're going to cause a bigger war. Okay? Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he has taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath purported against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. That's right. And this is what we see going on. The least of Esau Edom is drawing them out. The Amalekites, which shall profess themselves to be the Israelites. Okay? The least of them are drawing, the beasts into a war. Okay? So big things are going on. So what to report? Prayers edifying. Shalom.